Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Dan with 6bstyle, and today is the first part of a two-part episode where I will be making succulent squares for an office that I'll be making over. So my friend Suzanne was following me on Instagram, and she loved what I was doing in my living room and floral arranging, and she enlisted me to help her in expanding her business as an art therapist with her husband John. So John and Suzanne already have a beautiful office suite in Brooklyn. However, they are expanding their business, and in doing so, they got a new, smaller office in the same building. So with this new space, they wanted to make sure that their clients didn't feel like they were shortchanged or anything like that in this smaller space. So they brought me in to try to make sure that the space was beautiful, cohesive, and impactful. So I knew I wanted to do a beautiful floral statement in their space because I think that flowers and nature and greenery is incredibly inspirational, and I think that it's very important to have it in every space. This particular room did not have any windows, so I think adding any kind of a natural element would have been very appreciated. I got some inspo photos from the internet, and I knew what I kind of thought would be an interesting idea. I bounced some ideas off her, and I basically just knew I would be constrained to what I could find in the stores. So I went to Michael's to see what I could do. So my first thought was to actually do a floral wall sculpture of beautiful tropical flowers and grasses and ferns and that sort of thing. I thought a tropical vibe would be really cool in the space and jive really well with the paintings and artwork that we've selected. I was ecstatic to see that they actually had a wonderful selection of faux succulents and the grass squares that I was looking for. So I made a split decision, and that's the direction we're going to go. Righto, so to start, I laid out all the succulents and the squares that I bought. The grass squares come in two sizes, and I combined two of the larger squares and two of the smaller squares into rectangles for some variety. Therefore, I ended up with one large rectangle, one smaller rectangle, one large square, and two smaller squares. So now it's playtime. It's all about color, shape, and balance. Have variety in all the squares and play with the textures. Succulents in general come in so many beautiful shapes and sizes and colors, you can really go in any direction here. In my opinion, there's really no wrong way, just fill the space and have fun. The colors chosen, once again, are complementary to the pillows and the artwork and all that kind of stuff that we chose for the space already. However, this gives a much more warm southwestern vibe, and I think it's actually a better choice. Now, with the squares filled out, I'm looking at them both collectively and individually. I want to make sure they work together as a set, as well as fill in any of the gaps in the individual squares. The colors should be cohesive within the squares and balance out in the set as a whole. Within the squares, I fill in any gaps with smaller plants for depth and texture. The grass squares are actually very easy to work with. Just find your placement and bend the stems to the grid backing. Secure the succulents with a bit of green floral wire and you are good to go. I love this project so much that I went back to Michael's, got 4 more squares. I also realized that they had these little wooden boxes that fit these squares perfectly. So I just redid this project and hung them all in my bathroom as a nice new update. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope this was an inspiration to you to incorporate florals in not only your home but your office as well. If you like what you see here, please give me a like, a subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at 6bstyle. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Follows me on Instagram. Blah, 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 blah.